square, triangle, rectangle from their preschool classes. They are able to recognize a given shape. A lot of research has been done on this, how geometric thought develops in minds of students. And as the research says, students at class 3 level are expected to be at the first level, which is called visualization. So if a triangle is presented before them, they are able to say that, okay, this is a triangle. They may not know the characteristics of that figure. And even if they know, they don't use those characteristics to differentiate the figures from a given sample. By class 4 and 5, students are expected to move to another level, which is analysis. At this level, students know about the characteristics of a shape. For example, from a given shape, collection of shapes, the child will be able to select all these squares, whatever their size, orientation is, based on the property of this square, which is all sides are equal and the angles are right angles.
Afzal has made a square on his computer screen. He now turns the shape as shown. What is the change in the shape? A. The square changes into some other shape and its side lengths also change. B. The square changes into some other shape but its side lengths don't change. C. The figure remains a square but its side lengths change. D. The figure remains a square and there is no change in its side lengths.
The answer means the third one is as a shape of a diamond, and the second one is the same, square is the same, but the second one square is little thin, means it is tilted.
Okay, so you're saying the second one, the square is just a little tilted.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what changed so that the third thing became a?
Because the third one, the third square became so much thin that it became a diamond. The square is only changed into a shape, into some other shape, but the length does not change.
The length does not change, but the square has changed to some other shape. What shape has it changed to? Does that shape has any other name? It's changed into a rhombus. Okay.
The answer is B because as it's written, Afzal is trying to make a square. It's like a process. The square is there. He's moving here. The second part is rhombus, which is a geometrical shape, and then he changes into diamond because he wants to make that square into a diamond.
The first one is a square.
Right.
And the third one, it's in shape of a diamond.
Okay.
So it doesn't change its side length. As in the first picture, it's the same. It's like the same. And if you turn it, it will remain the same only, no? So it won't change. If you turn it, it will remain the same. So
Right.
there's no extension or something.
Right. But it's not called a square, you're saying.
Yeah.
Diamond and square, it's just like four-sided, but rhombus it is like this, but square is all, it has two parallel lines, even the square has it.
Okay, when do you call a figure a square?
When it has four-sided,
When
four
it has
sides.
4 sides. Rhombus also has 4 sides.
Yeah,
So what is the difference?
it is tilted. Its shape is changed.
Can you tell me what is first of all the difference between a square and a rhombus?
Square is like it's straight, and the rhombus is little tilted.
Okay.
A square is slightly tilted, then it becomes a rhombus. But the shape differs because a square is straight and when the square is tilted, it looks like a rhombus. So
It looks like a rhombus. Is it a rhombus or
yeah,
just
it
looks-
is a rhombus.
It seems that students are very confident that the answer is B, which is the shape is changing to some other shape but the side lines are not changing. When asked why, they say that because the new shape, the final shape, looks like a diamond or a kite or a rhombus. By this age, by class 6, students are expected to be at the second level, the analysis level, where they are able to identify shape based on the property and not on some other characteristic like size or orientation. But the answer that they are giving, which is it looks like a diamond or a kite, it seems that they are still at level 0, which is visualization level, where they go back to the prototype that they have developed in their mind and say whether the shape is a square or a triangle or a rectangle. They might have seen this kind of shape in their book before, and where it is called a diamond, and so they refer to that prototype and say that it's a diamond. They don't realize that the side lines are not changing. They don't refer to the characteristics of the shape. Students aren't clear about the differences between a rhombus and a square, and it's okay because they might just have learned about what a rhombus is or what properties of the rhombus are, and so they aren't able to link the properties to the shape. But what about a shape like square, which they have learned from very beginning, and they already know the properties of a square? To understand whether they are able to link the properties of the square to the shape and know whether they are actually at the analysis level, we ask them what a square is.
It's like a cube.
It's like a cube.
Okay, what should a square look like according to you?
Rather like a box.
Like a box. Okay. So if I have a square box and I just throw it away so that it falls in some other orientation, it's no longer a square?
It remains a square, but according to the picture, it's showing rather like a diamond.
Okay.
No, what is a square?
A square is also a four-sided figure, and all the sides have the same length.
So what is a square?
Four sides, four corners and four sides.
It has 4 corners and 4 sides. Okay. Even a rectangle has 4 corners and 4 sides.
Equal sides.
So it has to have equal sides, it has to have 4 sides and 4 corners. Okay. But even that shape has 4 corners, equal sides.
But it looks as if it's a diamond shape.
Any four-sided closed figure is called a quadrilateral. Any quadrilateral with opposite sides equal is called a parallelogram. A parallelogram with all angles equal to 90 degrees is called a rectangle. A parallelogram with all sides equal is called a rhombus. A rectangle with all sides equal is called a square. Or a rhombus with all angles equal to 90 degrees is called a square. A quadrilateral with all sides equal and all angles equal to 90 degrees is called a square.
What we saw in the student responses over the last few minutes was that students have certain mental models, ways of thinking about the world, certain ideas, and clearly these ideas are not what we intended to pass on to them as teachers or interested adults. These are ideas children have found by actively trying to make sense of what they are seeing around them or what has been taught. What is, however, important to understand here is that the instinctual reaction of adults or teachers when they see these kind of responses is to say that, let me explain this again, let me explain this more clearly, 2 times, if not thrice. This is bound to fail. So what we find is that it's extremely important for a teacher to listen first, find out what is already on the child's mind, to then help the child to review the correctness of this idea, weigh it against other ways of thinking, other mental models, to really be able to say that no, this didn't work and this is a better way of looking at things. And our hope is that teachers start doing this based on seeing films like this. You have seen just one concept, but there are several such ideas across class levels, across topics. And this is our hope, that teachers will become active listeners and we will have a chance to teach our children better.